Alright, today we are wrapping mallets. This is a professionally made mallet, IP Percussion, that I like to use just for examples of what we're trying to replicate. This mallet has come unraveled. On the inside you can see a hard plastic core which is wrapped in a rubber which just helps for tone production. We're going to try to replicate this by using a 3/8 inch diameter dowel rod with a craft ball glued onto the end. The diameter is up to you, but personally I find 3/8 inch to be the most comfortable. You're going to need some yarn. What kind of yarn you use is up to you. But we'll start by tying a knot just underneath the mallet head. Alright, finally. Okay. Alright, now the important thing when wrapping mallets is to count the number of wraps. By that I mean 1, 2, 3, 4. This is important to do because you'll likely be wrapping more than one mallet and you want them all to sound roughly the same. So however many times you wrap one mallet, you'll need to wrap the next mallet the same number of times. This one is going to be a fairly hard mallet, so I'll probably wrap it around 200 times. But you probably don't want to stick around to see all that, so I'll see you back in a minute. Alright, progress update. This is about 125 wraps. And as I go around, just thought of some additional stuff I should probably tell you. Notice that I'm turning the mallet a little bit. Some people say a quarter turn, some people say less. I don't think it really matters personally. Just make sure that you cover up all the bare spots on the mallet head as you turn it around. Nothing too complicated. Just takes a bit of patience. Alright, so here we are at 200 wraps. And now we need to end it. We need to cut the string, tie everything off so it doesn't come unraveled. For the time being, since we're going to need to... Alright, let me quickly explain what I've done. After you have all the wraps you want, the highest number you want, you're going to want to cut the string and thread it onto a needle. From that point, you're going to want to start crowning the mallet head. You can see on my mallet head, it's got a nice place to crown with, a nice hole right there in the top of the mallet head. If yours doesn't have that, that's okay. The procedure is the same. You take the needle, you go into the mallet, out the side, and you'll repeat that process over and over and over again until you move all the way around the mallet head. And hopefully you won't end up with too many knots. Okay, now that I have my knot dilemma dealt with, you're going to crown the bottom of the mallet head. It's the same process at the top, same general idea. You're just going to push in from the bottom. You'll be repeating this process just like on the top several times. It's nothing too difficult, but it does make sure that your hard work won't come unraveled anytime soon. Alright, for this demonstration that's good enough. Now you're going to want to tie off the string. It doesn't really matter where you tie it off. I typically like to tie it off at the head or at the end. But you're just going to make a knot somewhere just to hold things in place. If you like, maybe you could add a bead of glue or something. I just knot it several times. It seems to hold it. In my experience, I've noticed I'm more likely to break a stick than unravel the head. Okay, that's good enough. Finished.